Welcome, parents, teachers, caretakers, grandparents. Thank you for being here. Keep shooting your questions to askgeorgeuncle@gmail.com. Even some of the feedbacks, how these episodes have been helpful, please send us. We would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for being here. You're very interested in your child's journey, and that's why you're here. That's why you're watching this. Thank you so much. I have a very interesting question. I think it's a pertinent question, especially in today's time. I've allowed my child to be on video games and on online social media during this pandemic. Now the school is starting. Even now he wants to spend a lot of time playing games and he does not want to leave. It's a problem. It's a problem because there's some part of the behaviors have become addictive. It's something very interesting. I was reading through something recently about how when a child plays the video game, the dopamine is the feel-good hormone, the dopamine squirts that happens in the brain, and there are certain neuropathways that has been created which forms the addiction cycle, where they are looking for that dopamine squirt. And the problem with the dopamine squirt is this, that the child is looking for more and more and more. Not they're looking for it, the brain is looking for more and more and more. Maybe that has happened during this pandemic. The parents did not know what to do. Everybody was struggling. There were lots of different cases and lots of different stories and difficult times, very difficult times. So they allowed the children to be on the video games, and because they were occupied and they were doing something. But right now they need to get to school. They need to get into the schedule. They can't be sitting there on video games till late nights and all of that. So what do? The first thing is this: sit and talk with your child. Help them to understand. Read something, Google out and Google something called dopamine squirt that can form neuropathways that can be damaging. Neuropathways that can be damaging because of the video game. Read a little bit about it. And sit and share. Even if it's a younger child, sit and share with the child and saying, hey, I don't want your brain to get addicted to this. I don't want your brain to get damaged. So dada is very interested, mama is very interested. So I think we need to. Now, does that mean I'm just saying they should not be playing at all? No, not like that. They can. But put the schedule. At this particular time, you can play. After this, you need to do something. I don't know whether I shared this in any of the episodes. Some years back, I read a beautiful article that they had come up with a video game in one of the countries, one of the European countries. And I thought that video game was fantastic. You know why? Not because of the video game. The child has to wear a particular shoe to start the video game. Only when they wear a particular shoe, the video game starts. Now what happens after about certain time, the video game shuts down automatically. The child is already wearing the shoes. The child has to go and run for so many kilometers, for so many minutes, and then come back, and only then the video game will restart. I thought that was brilliant. I wish there was shoes like that given to our children where they have to do some physical exercise before the video game starts. I wish it was like that. But in your own schedule, put that in. Hey, you're allowed to play this much. I think after this, there needs to be some close monitoring. There needs to be somebody who's able to connect with them. Not just video game all the time. Now it could be other games that you can play around. Card games, Uno games, whatever it is. Even if you have some space, go and play with the children. Now things are opening up in nearby grounds. Go and play, have them play cricket, have them play football, have them play badminton, whatever it is. Even if they're not very good, just simply doing some physical exercise would be really great. So I'm not saying immediately things can be turned around, but slowly conquer that space. Slowly conquer that place. Let them know that again it should not become more and more and more. Rather, it should become less and less and less and become very essential that they begin to enjoy other things, not just one video games. Again, watch out for some of these video games. What kind of video games? I recently did a training in one of the schools and many of the teachers were asking this question. Some of the children who've been addicted to video games have been constantly talking about killing and slaying and breaking the head off, taking the head off. And I said, what kind of video games are they watching? What kind of video games are watching? They're talking about that slay language is going to be there. What kind of video games that they are watching? Killing, taking the gun, shooting. Lots of different things that can impact the child. Watch out for this. Watch out for this. Your children, you don't want to lose them. You want to redeem them and you want to keep them close in your life. Watch out for their lives. Thank you for asking these questions. Thank you for being there. And you're very interested in your child, and that's why you're here. Thank you so much.